Hello?
Hey, what's up?
Where are you?
I can't talk right now.
Can you speak up? I can't hear you.
I said I can't talk right now.
What's wrong?
Let me call you back.
Well, why?
Because I'm in a quiet place.
Very good. Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Here we are.
Here we are once again, another thrilling, meticulously horrifying episode of Film Banter.
We are back.
Starring myself, Daryl K. Smith, Bone Vivant, man around town, man of the world, lover of life, as long as that life is being broadcast onto a large rectangular silver screen so that I can live vicariously through the eyes of filmmakers everywhere. Otherwise, life is simply not for me. Here I have Mr. Chris Picard, a man who enjoys, who doesn't really care about happiness, joy, or the quality, but as long as we look professional, that's all that it's really about.
I enjoy professionalism, but I enjoy the show regardless of our venue.
As long as we look professional and we look good, that's what the key is.
I agree. But it's nice to be back.
It is good to be back.
Unfortunately, we're not on the air last week because you had the bubonic plague. You're feeling better now.
I still do have the bubonic plague.
Yeah, but you look a lot better.
I do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was expecting you to roll up in your coffin tonight, but you look good.
Well, you know, it's not a cough that gets you off.
It's the coffin they take you off in. His favorite line.
One of my favorite lines. Only because my grandfather used to use that very line.
I'm sure he did.
Now listen, do you want to talk about life for a little bit here?
I think we should start. We have a pretty full show. I mean, we can talk for a minute.
You don't want to just talk about, you know, my cold? We can talk
I don't want to hear about your cold, really.
You don't really?
No. Well, this is the first tonight. You might have not really cared to notice, but this is the first episode of Film Banter where you could see my face. I have shaved.
Oh, this is true.
I did take some time.
I'd like to apologize to everybody.
You get to see my baby face. This is what it looks like.
I know, it's a horrifying
I shaved it just for fun, and I actually did a time-lapse video of it. Yeah. I did a nice time-lapse video of myself shaving, and it was nice. I had fun with it. Yeah, I did. I posted it. I can send you the link.
It was like setting up the Grateful Dead set. You know, the time-lapse photography. You know, watching
it was cool.
The whole rock.
It's called Three Razors. It actually took about a half hour to do.
Seriously?
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't. I sped it up to 3 minutes. I got fun music on it.
God, how
yeah, I had fun with it. I've actually wanted to do that for years, so I finally
such a thrill.
accomplished
Nobody wants to see that.
Honestly, there was a lot of people that were wanting me to do it for years.
Oh, really?
Shave the beard and film it, so I did it. And so for those of you, I did it for you.
You did it for you.
But
no longer does he is he approached in supermarkets as a Colombian drug lord.
Exactly. Yes,
now
I know you always
looks
thought it was
like
a drug lordy
a baby.
It takes years off me.
It does indeed. Yeah. No, it does. I agree.
But we do have I'd like to just real quick
we do have a big show. We have a lot to get to tonight.
We packed in a lot this week because we weren't here.
I have my microphone right here, so
yes,
you can
it doesn't work.
Me.
He doesn't know that it doesn't work.
Yeah, but I don't know that it doesn't work.
It makes him happy to hold large items.
But you can still hear me.
Yeah.
So listen, we're waiting to hear from possibly the O-Nerd.
I hope he's going to watch tonight because I went to see Isle of Dogs just for him.
I know that. Yeah. But it's a shame.
So we do have a bunch of things on the list tonight.
Wait, this has batteries in it.
Yeah, but it's not turned on. So let me do the rundown so people know what to expect this evening.
Very well. All right, please
we're going to start with A Quiet Place. We have Rampage this evening. We have Chappaquiddick, which is the story about Ted Kennedy and his problems when he was a younger man. We have You Were Never Really Here, the new Joaquin Phoenix film. We have The Hurricane Heist.
Oh, we do.
Followed by Isle of Dogs, as I mentioned before.
I love dogs.
Yes, you do love dogs. You have two. And maybe a third coming soon.
That's what you're saying when you say the title.
Isle of Dogs.
Exactly.
And then we have Spinning Man, a film that is available on Amazon.
Spinning Man?
Spinning, not spitting.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Spinning.
Okay.
It's not a film about a emu or a llama.
Pierce Brosnan and Guy Pearce.
Very
true.
We have a film you're going to review, 50 Shades Freed.
50 Shades Freed.
Which I know you've been wanting to review for a while.
I have indeed.
And then we're going to end.
I have now seen the entire trilogy.
You have seen the entire trilogy,
yes.
yes.
Indeed, so
and then Daryl's going to do a little bit of commentary on Titanic
only because it is the 106th
anniversary of Titanic. Yes.
Now, before we get to anything, I think we should mention
this is important.
We have a death in the family.
We do in the film
our cinematic world, in the directorial.
I wasn't happy about this one.
I was not happy about this one.
He's a really great filmmaker.
He's a great guy, and I loved. And right to get to it, his name is Milos Forman.
Milos Forman, rest in peace, sir.
A
I enjoyed your
Czechoslovakian-
career.
There he is.
Yeah, he's a wonderful
Czechoslovakian,
guy.
wonderful director. Notorious for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's
Indeed.
Nest. Amadeus.
Amadeus.
Also, Man on the Moon.
Man on the Moon.
And you know where I really got to know him so well?
And People versus Larry Flint, which also is a great film.
Great little film.
Yeah, I love that film.
I know. Courtney
I love
Love.
his movies. Yeah, she was
Nominated
great.
for Best Supporting Actress.
I agree
for that
with
film.
Woody Harrelson, Best Actor
was a
nomination.
Great little piece of work.
Yeah.
But you know, Milos was a wonderful guy. But I really got to know him well. I feel.
Yes.
Watching that Jim Carrey documentary.
I was going to bring that up. Yes.
On the making of Man on the Moon.
Amazing.
Where Jim Carrey goes into a complete and total meltdown of the two characters of Andy Kaufman and his alter ego
Tony Clifton.
Tony Clifton, of course, not from Clifton, New Jersey.
No.
But of course, so I'm telling you, Milos was so wonderful on
Very
that.
talented.
Just the fact that he had to put up
He
with
had to
Jim
put up
Carrey.
with that. At one point, he's like, "I just want to see Jerry.
I just want to talk to
my friend Jim. My friend Jim.
I just want to talk to Jim once again." But
Yeah.
he couldn't. Jim was so
in character,
incredibly,
completely
amazingly, ensconced with the very character of Andy Kaufman.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. Check it out, everybody. It's an excellent documentary.
It really is quite wonderful.
With Jim Carrey.
No question.
It gives you such a great inside look at not only that film and the process of filming it, but the talent that lies within Jim Carrey. It was a revelation. I knew he was good in that film, but this really gave you a window into his process.
It really did. I know that there are various actors who have gone through the same thing. Val Kilmer in The Doors, where he became Jim Morrison for the entire filming.
He did, yeah.
And Daniel Day-Lewis does this constantly.
In every movie, from Bill the Butcher in Gangs of New York to Lincoln. Yeah.
He literally stays in character the entire film.
I'm just going to get the name of that documentary for everybody because I can't remember it offhand. It's a complicated name.
Yeah, it's just Jim Carrey's Man on the Moon, is it?
No, it's a different. No, it's I should have written this down. I didn't realize we were going to bring it up. Here it is. It's called Jim and Andy.
There you go.
Yeah, The Great Beyond. Check it out.
All right, very good. I would like to point out there's a wonderful film from 1947 with Ronald Colman. It's called A Double Life, and it's just about a man who lives off screen. I mentioned this film before.
You mentioned this when we initially talked about this film on our old platform.
There you go.
Yeah. But yeah, it sounds good.
Look, Stephen Blaze, checking your phone.
Yes, Stephen Bly, just so you know, I had to look up the name of a film on IMDb because I didn't realize we were going to bring it up tonight. That's why I was checking my phone.
Oh, I see.
Thank you for calling me a rude dog, though. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for being rude, Steve, and calling him a rude dog.
That's okay.
But that's quite all right.
But, we did have two other deaths, too. We had Arlie Emery, the drill sergeant from Full Metal Jacket.
Correct.
And Harry Anderson from Night Court also has passed away, unfortunately.
We also had the illustrious man. His name is Victor Taviani.
Yes.
Vittorio Taviani, correct?
Italian filmmaker.
He was a man, he was an Italian man. He had the brother. They made a film together.
They did.
And this man is now dead. Vittorio, he's a dead man.
He passed away.
He's a dead man sleeping
It's
now.
a shame.
Now, we don't have a picture of him, but let me tell you this about him, first of all. When Vittorio, he had the best picture back in the 1977 of the Palme d'Or.
He did the Palme d'Or at the Cannes. Correct.
Cannes Film Festival, because in Italy and Sicily, you cannot open the door with your hand. You got to use your palm. So they have the palm on the door and palm door.
Yes.
So that's what happened. But poor Vittorio, 88 years old, he's dead.
He's unfortunately dead.
He's dead.
Yeah.
We don't have a picture of him, but he looked like this. Okay, look like this.
That is probably what it looks like right now, with a lot less skin tone.
Precise. So they had to cremate him. They cremate Vittorio, and they ground up his ashes. They put it in the local cappuccino machine. So now the people of his hometown
they're very big on cappuccino over there. Yes,
they can now ingest Vittorio.
Well,
Taviani.
you know that's something that a lot of tribes do. The Yanomami tribe of South America, they basically take the ashes of the dead and they make it into a milky substance that they all drink. They mix it with milk and other ingredients, and they drink the ashes of the dead. The Yanomami tribe, yeah.
I see.
But let's begin the show. That's why we're here.
Picardale.
Oh, thank
she
you.
Says, hey, you guys
My
rock.
sister says we rock. I appreciate that.
Baby, you
thank you.
rock.
Yeah.
The
The owner, you're asking me if it's bright in the studio. It actually is.
It is bright.
And my skin tone is very pale, so it probably makes it look even more bright.
The owner has called us his favorite people.
Thank you for that.
You know, I don't know if that's true.
That's why I watched, like I said, Isle of Dogs just for you. Coming up later on.
I know.
Stay tuned.
You know, it's like a semi-brain damaged person says, "You're my favorite people." You have to kind of question, are you really his favorite people? or is he just, you know, beyond the
Maybe we're his
depth of-
favorite people on Tuesday at 8 o'clock on the
I think
internet.
that might be. But
It
you
could
know
be.
something, oh nerd, we missed you too, man.
We did.
We weren't here last week because my humble self was sweating bullets, and there I
Yeah,
was.
he was in a bad place.
Rolling into obliviation because I have to actually join the religion of phlegm. I am now Flemish.
You are Flemish.
Because I have been really quite sick.
I've heard you've been quite a member of the Flemish faith.
I have been a member of the Flemish faith. In fact,
Yes.
that's what I just said, and thank you for repeating that.
Yes, no, but I'm saying you're quite a member. You're not just a member, you're
Okay.
quite a member.
Well, you know, sometimes it's just members only.
Exactly.
So, you know.
But let's begin, shall we?
Shall we
We're
begin?
here to discuss film.
Let's
We're going
begin
to
the
discuss
begin.
film.
Now it is time, begin the
Begin, your favorite song.
It is indeed.
So A
we're gonna
Quiet
open
Place
with A
is
Quiet
our
Place.
film. This was a big hit, not this past weekend, the weekend before. I believe
Yeah.
it made about $50 million.
I believe it did.
Yeah.
Well, it beat out the previous
it
week
did, yeah.
of wasn't Jumanji. It was wasn't Black Panther.
It was Ready Player One, correct?
Oh,
Was that
correct.
the film before that? Did it
you
beat
are
out?
you are right,
Yeah.
sir. You are correct.
Yeah, so A Quiet Place, directed and starring John Krasinski and his wife,
Krasinski,
Emily
his
Blunt.
lovely wife, Emily Blunt.
It is a horror film, and basically it takes place in a...
I don't hate you, the owner. He says I hate him. I don't. Nah, he doesn't, says Magruder.
No, he doesn't.
I don't hate you at all.
He's just a
there's great
ball
love.
buster.
There's great love for you there, oh nerd.
But so the
You know,
Quiet...
it's misdirected love, but there is love for you.
There is. Okay, back to the show. So, A Quiet Place, for those of you who don't know the story, it's just a post-apocalyptic America. We learned that there's been some creatures that have basically taken out most of the population.
Yeah.
And so we're about, I think, 4 or 5 months into this situation, and people were basically living and hiding because these creatures are blind,
Yes.
but they can find you if you make noise.
Well,
They're-
they look like their exposed ear
Yeah,
almost
they're
looks
big,
like a
huge
big
ears, massive
gaping,
hearing.
It looks like a big gaping birth canal.
It does. It's huge.
Is what
and it
looks
opens
like.
up wide when they're
It
detecting.
opens up very wide, and it
Yeah.
kind of flutters, and it's a very bizarre looking
And they're
creature.
very lanky and long, like spiderish, long forelegs, just creepy.
This is
Anything with long,
basically-
creepy arms and legs is very disturbing to me.
It is. It does
Yeah.
have a spider-esque,
Very spider-esque,
almost
yeah.
feel to it. And I will say this too. This is basically Alien on Earth.
Exactly, yeah.
It really is.
In the heartland of America,
Exactly
in a field
so.
somewhere. They're a farm family. They have couple kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very beautifully made film.
very- I mean, Krasinski really impressed
enjoyed
me.
this. He really did. He sat back. I noticed that he said that he watched many of the great horror films. He watched The Exorcist. He watched Alien. He just went back through an entire gamut of
Mm-hmm.
Jaws, just to building tension and how to build tension properly in horror. And it is an art form. And I think he took it to the next level. I think for as a debut, this is not his debut direction.
No, but it's his debut in this genre.
This is debut horror film. I think he did a great job.
He also directed previously a film that you liked called The Hollers. And he also directed...
I did like The Hollers.
Yeah, and he was also the co-writer of Promised Land with Matt Damon, who also co-wrote that film.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That was a film, it was an environmental film.
No.
But this is definitely a step up for him as a filmmaker.
I didn't care
Yeah.
for that so much. But I thought this was a beautifully made, guys. One for the movie review, guys. Says
thank you, the nerd, for
Sorry,
that
I can't watch
donation.
review on your tube.
Whatever that is.
But here's some money. Where's the money, dude?
I don't know how it works, but
show
thank you
us-
for doing it.
Show me the money.
Yeah.
Money, honey.
But I'll say this, A Quiet Place is a very effective film.
It was.
It's a nice short film. It's an hour and 45 minutes, 40 minutes
about
at
an
most.
hour and 41
It
minutes.
moves very quickly.
It does move
but
nice.
not in any kind of a way that deters from the story. The pace is good. We really get to know these characters. One thing that was really cool is that they the daughter character, a young girl, probably 11 or 12, 13.
Right.
She's deaf in real life, and the character is deaf.
that right?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
I did not know that.
Her other film before this was a film I briefly discussed on one of our previous shows, called Wonderstruck. And she
Okay.
was in that film. That was her
I did
debut.
not see that either.
This
I would
was
like
definitely a more juicier role, I think, for her.
Absolutely.
She's very good.
I had no idea she's deaf in real
Yeah,
life.
real life. Yeah, so and that
Good.
plays into the storyline nicely.
It always amazes me how deaf people are able to regulate the volume of their speech when they talk. And she does talk quite a bit in this, but it does amaze me. One thing I do want to say about this movie that absolutely loved was the concentration that he did on family.
Yes.
He took the family element and he put the family first. He put that love for family, love amongst the wife, the kids, course, we lose the first.
Well, let's not give away that.
Well, that's at the very beginning of the
I
film.
know, but it's still a spoiler. I didn't know that was going to happen.
Well, it was just to show us the creature.
I know.
It was to get us involved in why we are walking so slowly.
And it also sets up something that happens later on, too.
Well, it sets up, true.
Yeah,
but it
you know what I'm talking
basically, I do.
Yeah.
But it sets up the entire essence of the film.
It gives us the world, yeah.
It lets us know why they're tiptoeing home from the market with their shoes off.
Yeah.
So that, and we do see one of their children who puts on a little, puts on a little aeroplane, and it makes a sound, and no whack. And out of the blue of the western sky comes this creature and just crushes him like a bug. It was amazing. Yeah. I was into this film right from the beginning.
Me too. I was really glued to the screen the whole time, and I really loved it. I really enjoyed it. It's a very good film. I have nothing but good things to say about it, honestly. In horror, when it's well done, is really. And
you are not a horror buff.
I'm not a horror buff. I like some movies. I like things like this. You're definitely just at the buff.
And with your new hairless face, you are horrifying to look at.
Thank you, appreciate that.
So there is a horror element here.
You always say I look like Clark Gregg from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Well, this is true. And also
we both have that big forehead.
Married to, you can show home movies on that forehead.
We can. He's married to Colby Smulders.
No, he's married to Jennifer Grey.
Oh, Jennifer Grey, that's who it is.
Colby Smulders
is married to the other guy. Taron, you're right.
Whatever his name is, he used to be on Saturday Night Live. Taron Killam.
Yes.
And he also did that horrible film.
Who did that movie with Schwarzenegger? Killing Gunther.
Oh, that was a horrible film.
Yeah, that was okay, nothing great.
Garbage deluxe.
Yeah.
The nerd, please, check out his face, nerd. No nerd is pointing out, nice clean shave, mate.
Yes.
I think he might be from Australia.
Maybe.
Maybe the old nerd is, because he did call you mate. He didn't say cheers, but he said mate.
Yes.
All right, so anyway.
So we both really enjoyed it. Two big yeses for Quiet Place.
It's a big, it is a big thumbs
up.
I really enjoyed it quite a bit. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
It was eerie. It was frightening.
Yeah.
There a little bit of something I do want to mention. The ending, I felt, somebody dies at the end.
Yes.
A major character, of course. I will not mention who. And I thought that was all unnecessary because we had already established within a silo a character who knew that this thing worked with this.
Yeah.
And therefore, but she still let this person take the rap, and that kind of upset me. But that's neither here nor there. That is only for those people who have seen the film.
And what I like too is that I'm hoping
on it at a later time.
It's the kind of film that I'm hoping it's a standalone movie. We don't need a sequel. Let's just leave it be at one.
Well,
I don't think we need to see more.
I wouldn't mind seeing.
Because there was one thing about the creature that I didn't like.
What was that?
And it's just, and this seems to be a trend with a lot of movie creatures these days, is that they all have a face that opens up with all these different.
That predator.
Like predator face, but like starfish. Too many openings in the mouth. I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah.
It was good the first time I saw it. Now I feel like that's
where
a
else
played
have we
out.
seen it besides Predator?
Predator had that. No, they had that. The demon creature in Stranger Things had that.
Oh, okay.
They had that in Blade 2. The guy had a mouth with the mandibles. I've seen it pretty often these days. And there's other examples that I'm obviously forgetting, but it's a small critique. It's an excellent film.
And I went out with a girl once, and she had a face that opened up like that too. That was years ago. Hey, but seriously. But anyway, we do love this film. There's no question
really
about
did.
it. There's nothing not to love. It's really
an excellent
great
film.
little film. Whether you're a horror buff or not, I think you'll be mesmerized.
I think
by
it's
it.
everybody. I think it's an accessible film, even to those people that aren't necessarily a horror person. It's good. It's very good. I recommend it highly.
It is now time for Rampage.
We're going to do Rampage.
We're going to head straight forth into the depths of hell.
Rampage.
Into commercial misery.
Big time. It's a film based on the Nintendo game from the 1980s, which I played as a kid.
You did?
Yeah. It's just these monsters that the object of the game is to destroy a city.
Correct.
So they now, in Hollywood fashion, have found a way to make a movie out of it and make it a starring vehicle for Dwayne Johnson, The Rock.
Yeah.
And in this film,
who's in every other film that comes out
these
busy.
Days. He's a busy guy.
You know, the man is the most bankable star.
Well, right now he is
in the world.
He is. I agree 100%.
He is the guy.
Number one.
He can do it all. He does comedy. He's the Schwarzenegger of
his day. No, it's 100%
Arnold did
true.
it all. He did the comedy. He did the action. He did it all.
Yeah.
So I have to give it to The Rock. He really is maintaining a very strong
And if you remember,
equilibrium
one of the big breakout movies for The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, was 2003's The Rundown, which is a great film where he goes into the jungle with Sean William Scott.
Right.
Well, there's a scene early in the film where he's tracking somebody down. It might even be Sean William Scott when he finds him in a nightclub. And who does he see walking out? Is Schwarzenegger, who says to him, "Have fun." It's people
Well,
looked
that
at
was
that as
pretty cool.
he's passing the torch.
He's passing the torch
to The Rock
on to The
because
Rock.
that was when he was fresh into the
Very true.
governorship.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so he couldn't really do films anymore. But Rampage, it's a very simple story.
Oh, boy.
You know, a genetics company comes up with a
Oh my
mutagen.
God! Wait, the nerd says.
What is he saying?
Oh my God! It's a game-based movie. I need to watch this movie now. I didn't know it was a video game movie. Lots of video game movies. Ready Player One. Now this. Oh God!
Yeah, well, Ready
The
Player
man
One
is a genius.
Well, no, Ready Player One was a book. It wasn't a video game.
He has incredible knowledge about things.
But we
that is
appreciate your input.
Completely worthless, and yet at the same time, I really do enjoy his input.
I love the input.
I do too.
Anyway, so a company that is into genetics creates a mutagen type bacteria
They do.
or whatever substance that then crash lands to Earth, and it's mutating these animals. It mutates an ape, a wolf, and a alligator, and hence they are going to destroy whatever's in their path. Chicago is the city that's in their path.
Right.
And stuck in the middle of it is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who is a paleontologist.
Stuck in the middle with you.
Yes.
Stuck in the middle.
Steelers wheel.
Dude.
Yes. Most notably used in Reservoir Dogs.
Very
Yes.
true.
And then Dwayne Johnson is a guy who has worked with the ape since it was a little child or small ape, a baby.
Let us address for a moment Hollywood's obsession with large apes. I mean,
it's a
King
classic
Kong is
movie
just
monster.
being,
I mean, that's what they
redone
do.
over and over.
Yeah.
And I'd like to also address the genitals of
They don't ever
large
show
ape.
them, I
well,
know.
they don't have any. That's why they don't. That's why they're not addressed.
Maybe they're tucked in.
No, they're not tucked in. If they were tucked in, that would have to be kind of like like up the arse.
Well, I'll be perfectly honest with you. When I go look at an ape in a zoo, I don't remember specifically seeing the genitalia.
Well, I'll tell you something. They're there, my friend.
I'm sure they are, but I don't remember.
There.
I don't miss it. I don't need to see it.
It's like a
So
big,
that's your biggest complaint is you don't
like
see
a pair of bowling balls
you don't
and a
see
cucumber.
the balls and the penis.
Well, you know something. I mean, it does irk me a notch because these animals do reproduce.
I know.
They do have genitalia, and yet do we see them? No,
You know
we do
why?
not.
It's just because for kids, they don't want kids to see that. That's the only reason why.
It's so true, indeed.
Oh, really? The Onord says apes have the smallest thing compared to most Homo sapiens.
Well, I think the Onerd is just comparing his own genitals to the very small genitals that he's
Let's not
noticing
get personal.
upon the Homo sapiens, by the way. It's not capiens, my friend. He has spelled it with a C as opposed to the S.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is a linguistical error by Mr. Onerd.
maybe he's referring to men who wear capes. Humans that wear capes, Homo sapiens.
No, I don't think so. No, I think so. I think he's using his own tiny little
Yes.
genitals as a reference point.
Okay.
But regardless of that,
The Rampage film. Do we need to get into some of the other actors? I mean, Naomi Harris is in it. She plays a scientist, a geneticist as well, who is helping him out. Malin Ackerman is the female villain. She's the head of the.
See Malin
I
from
like
time
seeing her.
to time.
In this film, she had darker hair.
She was in The Watchmen.
She was in The Watchmen with
which I love.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan,
I know.
who played the comedian in Watchmen.
He was once again in this.
And he is
correct?
the government agent in this film
he's
too.
the Southern hick FBI
I actually
guy.
liked him a lot.
I
in
liked
this
him
film.
too. He created a character
He was
that
cool.
that was real.
Because at
and
first I
relevant.
saw him in the trailer, I'm like, oh, there's Jeffrey Dean Morgan being
the bad guy.
The bad guy
again.
But it was
and
a
again,
cool role. It
and
was
again.
more than that.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. He's
So-
very talented, and I like him very much.
Yeah, yeah.
I like him on screen.
It was fun. And then we had a
He
couple
adds
other
a little
supporting
bit.
actors that were fun. PJ Byrne plays his assistant at the zoo, the guy with the glasses.
Okay.
He's been a supporting actor for years. He was
Just
thank
for
you.
you, dude.
But anyway, overall, what I can say about Rampage is this: it's exactly what you expect it to be. It's a popcorn movie, destruction.
It's a popcorn movie. Yeah,
you know,
it was.
nothing.
I was entertained.
I was very entertained, but it's not an amazing movie.
You know, I didn't have the desire to go in to see it in the first place. I felt the obligation due to our beloved show here. So
Me too.
I did go see it for that. Oh man, okay.
Have
dude.
some more.
You know,
You
and
shouldn't be having this with a
you
cold.
know, he
I'm gonna
was
put it right here.
gaseously emitting. He was gaseously emitting from his anus earlier. So you know.
Are you talking about the dinner we ate?
Yeah, I'm talking about, you know, as
Well,
we were walking
we
in
did
this
have
evening,
Mexican.
Chris suddenly backs up about 10 feet and he goes, oh, I got to do this. And blows a mammoth fart, actually. Wait, now Magruder says
He says picky
Darryl.
Darryl.
Well, I don't know, sir.
He's
I'm
saying
like-
you're picky because
I
you're
could be a little
complaining about
picky,
genitalia
but
not being involved.
He's Chris Pickhart.
Yes.
Yeah, and chimps have big sacks because they have the
Most
most sex, the one nerd. Well, there you go. Young
Monster
basic
Dog,
high school
thank you for that.
biology. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to applaud I'd like to applaud the very brilliance.
Feel free.
That is the people who tune into our beloved
Yes.
show here. You know, sure, there's no genius going on. There's no, you know, the stairway doesn't go all the way to the attic on many of these folks.
Okay.
And yet at the same time, I just love the fact that they're here.
Yes.
To appreciate.
Yeah, otherwise we're talking to nobody,
you know,
right?
Otherwise we're talking to nobody.
So let's continue. Rampage. I liked it. I didn't love it. It was entertaining.
It's a very mediocre. It's
just
film.
another star vehicle for Dwayne
Another
Johnson.
CGI infested.
It's very
thing.
CGI-esque.
How many buildings can they smash by the end of the film?
Here's a complaint that I had. Is that in the video game, the monsters, the beasts are so big, they're like literally as tall as the buildings. They can just knock it down.
Oh, really?
In this movie, they're climbing the buildings. They're not that big.
Well, that's true.
They're big, but they're not as big as I would have liked.
Yeah, okay.
I would have liked to see the ape just give a good sidekick to the building and break it in half. You know, I like the ape to be much bigger.
Well, perhaps you should have wrote into 20th Century
I should have and said, "Hey guys, here's my 2 cents."
And brought in your very. When will The Rock have a bad breakthrough role?
No, have a breakthrough role in general.
Well, I think he's had quite a few.
I think
already,
he's being
Sam.
facetious.
I think he possibly is.
But you know what? I'm going to give a mild yes to Rampage. You can go see it if you want to have fun. You know, it's nothing that's going to change your life by any chance.
Are you sure?
I'm kind of sure.
You know, I think you're probably right too, because I don't think it really is going to do anything for anybody. You know, but it's good to see The Rock.
He is what it is.
He is what he is.
He's a very likable,
a very charismatic.
Yes. I was going to say, very charismatic, very likable guy.
No, he does have a very charismatic, essence on screen. There's no question about it.
Yeah, no, I enjoy his films. I'm looking forward to the new one this summer, Skyscraper. That looks interesting.
Exactly. And yes, I think it's
We're
now
gonna move
time
on.
for us to move on to our next film.
Yes.
And why politicians must use the finger all
They
the
all
time,
do that.
I'm not sure why.
Are they trying to get us to smell their finger?
Now, of course, as Bernie does.
Yeah, Bernie does that too.
Bernie does this.
Yeah.
Bernie goes, so if I'm going to get health care, I'm going to move it.
He does do
over
that.
there.
Yeah.
He's like Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey, when she says, I saw a vision of love, you know, she kind of uses her hand to you know, regulate
what
her
did Obama
voice.
do? Was he this?
No,
or this?
Obama did the fingers. Obama did this.
Yeah.
You know,
We got to get an Italian guy in there. Hey!
Yeah, we do. And we need the
We need a
Vittorio
little bit of this,
Taviani there. But he's a dead. He's a dead man. He's a dead man sleeping.
So, yes, so our next film, as you were referencing with your accent, is Chappaquiddick.
Yes, let me say this about that. This is about Ted Kennedy and what he did to a poor young girl over there at Chappaquiddick, right off of Martha's Vineyard.
1969.
1969. This was in July. This was very
the same
shortly.
weekend of the moon landing, by the way.
Exactly. The very next day.
Yeah, I didn't know it happened together. That's cool.
Yeah, it is. Well, it was good for him.
Well, good for him.
It was
Otherwise, it would have been the top news.
The old Donald Trump, let's bomb Syria while I'm being investigated.
Exactly. It's wag the dog. Although the moon landing was arguably, that was planned before this, obviously.
Well, correct.
He got lucky with the moon landing.
He did.
He did. But why don't you start?
Let's talk about this film for a moment. You know, this is not a happy film to watch. This is about a young woman who was killed, played very nicely by Kate Mara.
Kate Mara, she's
I like
good,
Kara
yeah.
very much. She's the sister of Rooney Mara, who has been in quite a lot of films.
Yes.
But Kate is pretty much in her own right a mini star also. She was in the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, no, she's very good. She was in House of Cards season 1. She's very good.
Exactly. There's Kate on your.
She was in Shooter
your
with Mark
picture
Wahlberg.
right there.
She's been in quite a few films.
And she's very good. She also did that one about she came back with the dog.
Megan Levy.
Megan Levy. There
she was
you
a
go.
war vet with a dog. Yeah.
When the levee breaks, got nowhere to go. Little Led Zepp for you.
Exactly.
1971, ladies and gentlemen.
But,
Led Zeppelin 4.
Let's just real quick go through the cast.
About the movie.
Ted Kennedy is played by Jason Clarke in this film.
He's wonderful.
He's very good. He looks like a young Ted.
He looks just like Ted.
He's good.
This was perfect.
This was
casting.
good casting.
Perfect casting.
Yeah, Jason Clarke is very good.
Ed Helms plays his cousin, best friend slash.
Yes, it was nice seeing Ed in a dramatic role.
I like Ed, and
me too.
But more so than Ed,
Jim Gaffigan. Yeah,
comedian extraordinaire.
Yeah, he's very good. He plays
really
a lawyer.
Good, absolutely. He's wonderful in this.
He's one of Ted Kennedy's 2 confidants.
Yeah, absolutely. He's his lawyer. Actually.
He's his lawyer. He's a lawyer. Yeah, I did say that.
Ed Helms is also his lawyer, but he's also a friend slash lawyer too.
And then rounding out the cast, we have Clancy Brown as Robert McNamara, and we have
Bruce Stern.
Bruce Stern
in
as
a great
his
performance.
hateful father, Joe Kennedy Sr.
Joseph P. Kennedy, who died shortly. Well, you know, he was a Kennedy. He was the hard as nails guy.
He was the patriarch
who put his sons through, and people say it's because of him that his sons were, you know, picked off, as in John Kennedy and Bobby Kennedy, which is a sad thing for me. I think that Bobby breaks my heart even more so than John F.
I know.
Just because there was such great potential there, and he really loved people and
Yeah,
so
I know.
forth. And there's also a wonderful show on CNN right now called The Kennedys. And let me say this about that. It is worth watching. It is on Sunday nights at 9 o'clock. Right after, I believe right after that, there is a show on the Pope, which is, of course, Martin Sheen. It does the narration for the Kennedys,
Nice.
and Liam Neeson does the
Pope.
narration
I heard that.
for the
Yeah,
Pope.
that's pretty
and he's
cool.
very good.
He's great.
But CNN has some great little
No, they're really getting into their own now, coming into their own with original programming.
You know, today there's a new movie that's coming out, and I saw that it's being made by AT&T Films.
I've seen that before.
Mrs. Markle or something like Mrs. Moneypenny, no, Mrs. something or other.
Okay.
I just saw it today on.
AT&T
I went to
Films.
IMDb. AT&T Films.
Yeah,
I
they're
mean,
all doing
what's
films.
next? Is it going to be
Kellogg's Films.
Mr. Clean Films?
Yeah.
Is it going to be
Tide.
Windex Films?
Yeah, I know.
Coming
It's true.
now.
Everybody's gonna have a movie
And
studio.
that's a good reflection on you.
Exactly.
You know, it is amazing, but
Trojan
true. But,
Entertainment.
This film, Chappaquiddick, however, is really a miserable It is just, you know, it is not a happy movie by any means. As I say, this young woman dies. She perishes in a car that goes over the Chappaquiddick Bridge.
Yeah.
She is trapped in the car. She's alive after the car has gone into the water. We know this because the diver who found her there found her literally clutching to an air pocket that was still in the car. But, you know, this is more so an examination of the political world and how families and the political machine that backs such a family as the Kennedys and creates an image. And they're so conscious of image of how we are presenting this tragedy to the country/world. We're giving the world this presentation of this tragedy, and we're slanting it so that it makes our actual antagonist, the man who killed this woman,
by accident, because he was a drunk driver.
It was an accident, but we don't even see him as drunk. But then again,
no, you can tell he's had a few.
These are embellishments, obviously. But just the fact that he didn't really even try to do anything.
Yeah, the next day is when he did something, the next morning.
You know, it took him 9 hours before he calls the police. This really is an examination of a wimpy little shit of a human being
unfortunately,
who just is horrible. This movie made me so uncomfortable. I just wanted to grab him by the stuff of the neck and just go pow.
I know.
And say, you son of a bitch, get out there and save that.
And some of the most interesting scenes in the film.
When the swallows come back to Capistrano.
Some of the more interesting scenes in the film for me was when they have all these discussions with all these government guys, including McNamara, played by Clancy Brown, like I said before. They're talking about the strategy for doing it. Okay, we do this, we do that. No, you can't say that because of this. And it's all the orchestrations behind the scenes. They're sending operatives out to go talk to the deceased girl's family.
I know.
They're doing this. How's the perception going to be of this?
This is a manipulation extraordinaire.
It's all an examination of the manipulative structure of the political world.
It's horrifying.
Yeah, and unfortunately,
and we have Ted going to the funeral of this girl,
wearing a neck brace because it looks good.
But then at the same time, he's caught flipping around.
Yeah, and they're like,
to
you wouldn't be able to do
who's
that.
there.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, he's in Terminator 2. He plays John Connor.
Exactly, he does. Yeah.
Thank you, Monster Dog.
He was in Terminator Salvation.
He was.
Yeah.
He was with Clark.
Sam Worthington.
No, and our girl, the Khaleesi from Game of Thrones.
No. We're talking about two different movies here.
Are we?
Yeah.
I thought she was with him in that
no, I'm sorry. You're right. No, yeah,
I am right.
She's
that was Genesis.
Yeah, I'm sorry. She's in Genesis.
Correct.
With Jason Clarke. Correct. I'm sorry. I was thinking about Terminator Salvation and Sam Worthington. Never mind.
Okay,
you're right. And Christian Bale. That's right.
Exactly. Well, that's Terminator
Salvation. The one that came out with Christian Bale, 2009, I think. The best thing that came out of that movie is that awesome off-air outburst by Christian Bale.
Yeah. When he's yelling at the director.
For you. That was the best.
That was funny.
And that remix that somebody did was
these
awesome.
poor people don't have a clue what we're talking about.
No, everybody knows the remix. Everybody knows that remix.
No, they don't. Not
the
everybody.
Christian Bale remix.
Listen, we're dealing with subliminal
I think they
humanoids whose brains
Go to
don't
YouTube and check out the Christian Bale remix. It'll be awesome.
These people, their brains don't function at the full level,
and to answer your question, people, yes, he was in the Apes movies. He was in.
Okay.
Yeah, he was in. Was it the last one or the second one he was in?
I think he was in
the second one. Yeah.
He wasn't in the last. That was Woody Harrelson.
But yes, Magruder, I know you think he's a little boring.
Who?
Magruder 1 thinks he's a little boring.
Who's boring?
He thinks that Jason Clarke's a little bland.
Well, you know, you should check out Mudville.
That's a good film, Mudville.
That's a great film.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. Good film.
It's on Netflix.
We reviewed that on the show.
We did indeed.
Yeah.
But Jason Clarke is wonderful.
He's
in that
very
movie.
good in that
But
film.
I know what you're saying. Actually, you know, there was a boring.
They were pushing him on us for a while.
There was a boring essence to the man, but you know, that's a tribute to his acting.
Yeah.
Don't ever blame an actor for acting the way he does in a film. There are many different layers. The director, the producer, everybody judges a performance, and they can change and manipulate that performance. An actor will do how many takes?
Well, on a film, he can do 50 takes,
20
60
different
takes. Depends on the director.
But they choose to take what they will.
Yes.
But I got to say that I really do love I love Mr. Clarke. I think Jason really is an extraordinary actor, and he really pulls it back to play.
I thought
Ted
he was
Kennedy.
excellent in this film.
He's excellent in this film. This is a beautifully made film.
It's a beautifully made film, but I will say this. As much as I enjoyed the film and I admire the film, I don't think it's a film that really needed to go to the theater. This totally could have been an HBO film, a Netflix film.
This is never a film I will watch again.
It's a one-time viewing.
I will not watch this film ever. I don't want to see this movie.
And I was the youngest
again.
person in the theater. Everybody else that was in the theater lived through this when it happened.
Very true. Okay. And also, you know, it kind of reminded me it would have been a great double feature with the film Jackie with Natalie Portman.
Which is excellent.
Which is a gloomy, miserable film. I mean, this is a horrible piece of you know, splice of life in American culture where John F. Kennedy is murdered before his wife's eyes, and this is
murdered
her story.
Onto her.
Precisely, and how she carries on.
With such dignity
you know,
and class.
You have to say about the Kennedys, my God. You know, these people have really been through some heavy-duty shit. There was a young daughter of Joseph and Rose Kennedy, and her name was Kathleen. And she was one of the first people. She was having mental issues. This is before
they put her in a home.
Well, they gave her a lobotomy.
Yeah, they did that.
They put a spike up her nose with a hammer and
awful procedure.
And put a spike right into the frontal cortex of her brain. And destroyed any.
Can you imagine doing that to your kid?
Imagine doing that to anybody.
Heartless. I know.
And this is just horrible.
I know.
Well, the film Frances Farmer. With Jessica Lange is about that.
Oh, it's about that, okay.
And how she has a lobotomy and so forth.
To answer your question,
Tom Waits once said,
I don't know how they can have a boring John Carter. I didn't see the last Terminator, and I didn't want to.
As Tom Waits once said, I'd rather have a bottle in front of me than a frontal lobotomy.
Exactly. Anyway,
so there you go.
We're going to move on. We both recommend Chappaquiddick.
Yes,
although you can completely wait till home video.
Say this about that. It is a fine film.
You can watch it at home.
Jason Clarke.
It'll be on video soon enough. But it's a good film. It's a very good film.
It really is well made.
Okay, so the next film is playing in limited release. I believe it's opening wide soon.
Soon?
Soon.
I think you said soon.
No, I said soon.
I think you said soon.
No, I said soon.
It's
maybe I said soon. Who cares? You know the word I'm saying.
Yeah, right.
It's called You Were Never Really Here. It's a new Joaquin Phoenix film.
Oh, yes.
It's directed by Lynn Ramsey, who also did We Need to Talk About Kevin, which if anybody has not seen We Need to Talk About Kevin, you have to see this film.
Well, you don't have to.
No, it's a very powerful movie.
Yeah.
I loved it. But this film, Joaquin Phoenix, in essence, is a guy who is a...
Tell them the title again.
You Were Never Really Here.
You Were Never Really Here.
And he's a veteran who basically now, when he's back in the real world, to make a living, he just goes and does these jobs with rescuing girls from human trafficking and sex dens, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's a very violent film.
It's a very surreal film.
Surreal. He's very tortured.
He is.
There's a Taxi Driver-esque element to this film that reminded me.
Very true.
A little bit of it reminded me of a Taxi Driver.
Very much so.
I thought he was very good. I've never seen him in a role like this before.
Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
So I just wanted to be frank about that.
Yeah, please be frank.
Strangers in the night.
Not that frank.
Two lonely people, we were straight doo-be-doo-be-doo.
Okay, Summer Wind.
I'm sorry.
But you know, this film...
Yeah, you gave us a little summer wind earlier,
that was
my
outside.
friend. That was spring wind.
That was called On the Border.
There you go.
It was on the border of your nostrils.
If we can't laugh at ourselves, who can?
Exactly.
Who can?
Anyway, I will say this. Yes, You Were Never Really Here. I was about to get to that.
Let's get to it.
It's a dramatic film. It's got some action, but it's not an action movie. It's not Taken.
It's a bloody.
This is
it's a bloody good little
bloody
film,
drama. It's a little bit of a mystery. It stays with you. It's a haunting film. It has a very enveloping score by Johnny Greenwood.
Yeah.
Which I already got the soundtrack. I like it a lot.
Really?
Yeah, I did. I enjoyed it. I got the last copy on Amazon. It arrived the day later.
Oh my God!
Yeah, it was great. 8 days later.
Short.
At Dollar Shore.
There you go.
But this is a very, very dark movie, very bleak film.
It is.
I believe you texted me and said it was an uncomfortable watch.
It was an
which
uncomfortable
it
watch.
was at times.
Well, I have to say something. My original preconception of this film was that it was a serial killer movie. I didn't quite get
know
the drift.
anything going
I
into
didn't know
it.
anything about it.
I walked into this movie completely open.
You know, our opening scene, we have.
Yes, he's from Radiohead, Magruder. Yes.
We have. Thank you very much, Dan Magruder.
I was going to say that, but I didn't think it mattered right now.
Nobody cared.
Johnny
Nobody
Greenwood.
cared. Yeah, Johnny Greenwood is from
Johnny Greenwood. Yeah.
But the opening of the film, we have Joaquin, who is walking. He's walking down a corridor in a hotel, and we're not quite sure. I felt that there was blood going on or something there, and then suddenly we just see a girl go tearing down the hallway.
Yeah.
So he is, in fact. Let's talk about Joaquin Phoenix for a moment, because he's the center character of this film. As you mentioned, he is, in fact, hunting down these girls that are being sexually trafficked and so forth. And but there is something about this man. I tell you something. He changed his entire image. He almost looks like he looks like
he's got a beard, long hair.
Michael, what's his name from The Thing? You know,
the original Thing?
No, the movie, The Fantastic Four. Michael.
Oh,
Chiklis.
Michael Chiklis.
Yeah, and I used to love chiclets when I was a kid. You remember eating chiclets? I remember one kid. This is a true story. I was
brief though, because we're running low on time already.
We're running low on time, dude. I was working in a supermarket, and some kid says, "Hey, want a chiclet?" And he ended up giving me something called Phenamint. And Phenamint was actually a laxative. Yeah, and he gave me like 5 of them.
And did you have a problem?
Oh my God! I went home and literally blew my brains into a volatile.
Oh, Monster Dog. Yeah,
volatile mess.
Daryl can be rude, but he doesn't mean anything by it. That's just how he is.
It's just the way
he's rude to everybody. Don't worry about it.
Not really. No, I like you very much, Monster Dog. But that's Daryl.
Yeah. So anyway, this is a very effective film.
Knows me so well. And the Nerd done a little octopi there.
Yeah, I don't know how you get an octopi on there, but he did it.
Well, he likes to occupy his time with useless dribble, such as an occupy. So therefore, we have to give him a little hand. I'd like to give him a little hand. But seriously.
But honestly, I like this film.
Let's get into this movie.
It took me a bit to really figure out how I felt about it. But upon reflection, I enjoyed it. I would recommend it. It's just an odd film too. At the same time,
it is indeed.
It's got some weird moments. We have a lot of flashback to this guy's his childhood, his time in the war.
He does have a tendency to. He likes to put plastic bags over his head.
To suffocate, to like feel almost.
Suffocate. Yeah, exactly. We almost feel that he was tortured in that way as a small boy in a closet. He's in a closet.
They hinted he had an abusive father.
Right, there you go.
He's a tortured guy, to say the least, and he takes care of his mother. And there's a few other central characters. One of the other main characters is a young girl that he does rescue in the film, and there's some other people that intertwine. But
wait a second. When I was 17, my armpits turned green. I became a sex fiend. It affected my spleen. My teeth lost their sheen.
Never heard of that.
Terribly sorry. I just made that up.
Thank you for that.
That's quite good. Jay-Z, you got nothing on me, dude.
Yeah, but
get to it, though.
You know, this film, though, it's one of these films that I think might be off-putting to some. There's
you think so?
Well, to say the least, yeah.
The fact that his mother gets...
Let's not talk about what happens. No spoilers.
You know, there is a luxuriously beautiful scene that takes place in a pond, however. Didn't you love that scene?
That's a good scene.
That's a beautiful scene.
Reminded me of... We've seen something like that. Get Out had a scene like that.
And,
Shape of Water had something like that?
No, Inside
yeah, that too.
Yeah,
under her skin.
Scarlett Johansson.
Under the skin.
A little
Scarlett Johansson.
Alien kind of an essence there. But the true beauty of this film for me, and I do hope that... Oh, Ned, spoiler, he screams.
Yes. Unfortunately, Daryl likes to give away unintentional spoilers.
It's quite
no spoilers
here.
You
Ned, you haven't even seen the damn thing. You don't know what I'm talking about. But the essence of this film for me is Mr. Joaquin Phoenix.
He's the film.
This guy, he carries that tortured element on his face.
He does.
In his body, in his posturing, in the very essence of his being, he projects misery and torture. And it's a strange thing to do, and an amazing process to witness an actor to be able to do this and project this with such incredible clarity.
Yeah.
He does this in almost every film he's in.
He envelops himself in every role.
Everything. Yeah. Even the Johnny Cash Walk the Line.
Walk the Line,
You know, he played a tortured man. Johnny Cash, I don't think Johnny Cash was as tortured as Joaquin played him in the film. But at the same time, you know, this film is disturbing. It's violent.
Yeah.
There's some dream sequences that you think are horrible.
Yeah.
There's a scene at the end in a
There's
diner.
one in a diner that's very interesting.
Oh my God!
The things happen.
And it was a beautifully done violent scene. I believed
it looked great.
It looked so good.
No, this is a
it's a bizarre
very
film.
interesting film. I can understand why it's getting a lot of chatter amongst critics and things like that.
Well, the talk is not so good on it. I hear.
Really, I've been seeing like people extraordinary. It's amazing,
really?
and this and that. You know.
Yeah.
But
it's a bizarre little film. There's only 3. You know, it feels like a very small film to me.
Yeah.
There's only 3 locations in the entire film. We have the pond, we have his house, and we have this big mansion
city
at the
streets,
end.
and
Not
there's
so
other
much.
just the big flop house hotels he goes into in one moment.
Yeah, but it just felt like a very small little film. Like this whole film was filmed like in a week and a half.
Could be.
It just has that kind
I'm
of
sure
very,
it wasn't a huge, big production.
Absolutely not. But
But
anyway,
I
we
recommend
enjoyed
it. I
this
really
film.
enjoyed it.
I think we should probably move on.
We have to move on. We got to be quick because we're
We don't have to move that
dragging.
quick, man, because we started late.
We're like only 2 minutes
I know.
late.
Monster dog. What's that about?
Yeah, but we can go a little later. I don't care.
He's got little dog faces
So
on there.
we are moving on. We're going to do the Hurricane Heist. It's still playing in some theaters.
Is it?
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't think so.
No, it's got a couple theaters playing.
No, I don't think so.
Whatever, it's still out there in
not
some
really
areas.
there.
No, it's still there in some theaters.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, if you go to IMDb, the first thing it says, now playing, get tickets. It's still out
really?
there. Yeah.
Okay.
In New York City, I guarantee it's still playing.
No, I'm just messing with you, man. I don't care if it's
It doesn't
out there
matter.
or not. Who cares?
Hurricane Heist, you know, this movie, it's exactly what you expect. Basically, it's a bank robbery during a hurricane down in like Louisiana.
Yeah, it was.
That's all you really need to know.
And it stars the lovely and beautiful
Maggie
daughter,
Grace
Maggie
in
Grace,
Taken.
the daughter from The Taken.
Yes,
who was
the
in all
Taken
3 of the
films.
film,
Yes.
the Taken films.
She's lovely.
She is lovely, and it also stars the guy from the blonde-haired guy. I can't think of his name from True Blood. He's
the other star was
he's
it
the
Ryan
brother.
Quanten? I think it's Ryan Quanten.
I think that's him.
Yeah, one of those guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it also stars the main male lead is Toby Kebbell. Toby
he's
Kebbell.
Great.
He was in
was
Black
great.
Mirror. My
Okay.
favorite episode of Black Mirror.
Which one?
Season 1 with those contact lenses that record everything you do. He was great.
Yeah, no, he was
Yeah,
great.
he was very good.
You know, this feels like an Australian movie. I got a feeling it was made in Australia.
I don't think so.
I think
it was American
probably
director
was. Was it?
Rob Cohen who did who did Triple X. He did the original Fast and the Furious. Daylight. What's the movie I like actually?
I'm going to shock you, but I like this film
I
a
did
lot.
too.
I thought it was
I didn't
great
love
fun.
it. I liked it.
I thought it was great
It was
fun.
entertaining.
I thought I just
Yeah,
loved
it was
the
just fun.
chemistry between
Yeah.
the 2 guys, the
Yeah.
brothers, and Maggie Grace
Yeah.
as the offset. She's the kind of the FBI agent.
Yeah.
That she's got to get in this
Protect the Treasury's
this whole
vault.
bank treasury
Yeah.
where they send defective cash to.
Yeah.
She has the code that they need to get in there to open this big giant
Exactly,
vault to get
yeah.
the $3 billion that they have at their access there. So and the hurricane in the background, you know, I didn't really think it was necessary.
No,
but
it gives it something.
It gives it some.
You know what it reminded me of? That movie from I think '97, Hard Rain, with Morgan Freeman and Christian Slater, which is during a flood.
Correct.
And there's a heist in that film too.
Right.
I like movies where I love natural disaster films. I like when it's the backdrop.
True.
Although this movie has those impossible moments where they're in a car outrunning the storm.
Well, at the end, yeah.
You can't do that. But
I also like
it's
the scene where they all go. There's like a dome. And they all, you know, suddenly are whipped through the dome.
Oh, yeah.
But like a couple guys hit the dome, hit the lines of the dome, and they hit hard and so forth. But our stars are good guys.
Of course,
They go through the dome naturally. And they're whipping around in space. Next thing you know, they're miraculously down on the ground again without being hurt.
Happens, yeah.
But you know, this movie was bubblegum for the brain from beginning to end. This is a movie made for you, oh nerd.
Yeah.
This movie is so mindless and ridiculous and yet great fun, just like you.
It's just a fun action movie.
It really is.
It doesn't try to be anything other than that.
Absolutely
and
true.
that's what I liked about it.
I
Because
loved it.
sometimes we need those
I
movies.
really liked it.
Not everything needs to be, you know, Schindler's List, Lawrence of Arabia, that kind of thing. Let's just have fun.
Sometimes a film is only as good as its cast, and this cast, I really liked them all.
The villain is Ralph
chemistry was
Ellison,
good.
who was
Yeah.
most recently seen in The Witch.
Okay.
He has a very powerful voice.
Oh, right.
As soon as I heard him say one syllable, I'm like, there's the guy from The Witch.
There you go.
Just a raspy
There's
voice.
the guy from The Witch.
Yeah. But it's
this
a
was
fun film.
It's a
I
fun
would
flick.
recommend it.
I
It's a
absolutely
popcorn
liked
movie
it.
all the way.
So true indeed.
So now I'm going to. Anything else to say before I move on?
I don't think so.
Okay.
We liked the Hurricane Heist.
We liked it. 2 yeses for that.
We
It's
did.
a guilty pleasure and a
It's
half.
fun in action, monster
But,
dog.
there's not much more we can say. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Not great, but it's fun.
Okay.
So the moment that the owner has been waiting for since we started doing the show,
Oh, yes.
We are going
Wait,
to be...
Monster Dog, I want to see action and fun and laughter. I don't really go to a movie and cry or feel.
Well, then this is the movie for you, Monster Dog.
Oh, Monster Dog.
Check out Hurricane
You're
Heist.
just a wimpy little shit, aren't you?
Don't say that about our viewers.
You just break my heart, my friend.
Anyway, we're going to move on.
He doesn't want to cry. He's had such a bad life.
I Love Dogs for the O-Nerd is coming up next.
Oh, Monster Dog, what's happened to you?
I'm going to be doing I Love Dogs. Can I do my
want to see
review?
action and fun
wait.
and laughter.
I'm going to wait.
Oh, gosh. I'm sorry.
Are you done?
I am.
Okay.
No, I can't help it.
know.
The man's moving me. He's moving. He's crying now. Look.
Oh, he's sad.
All right, very well.
So I Love Dogs is a film that was done by Wes Anderson, who has done many quirky comedies, dramas in the past. He's done Rushmore. He did Moonrise Kingdom. He did The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. He did Fantastic Mr. Fox, which was also a stop-action animation film, just like I Love Dogs is. And so...
Chris, help!
Wait a second.
Chris,
where'd you
something's
go?
happened. Sometimes I walk
I
into
can
a
hear
room.
you, but where are you, buddy?
Sometimes I walk into a room and people think I'm just invisible to them.
Yeah, but I can still hear you.
Well, I'm here, but
Where
what
are you?
happened? I can't. Where am I?
I can't see
I'm
you.
in some kind of strange black zone.
I mean, really, where'd you go?
I've been taken into some bizarre abyss.
Adam, where's Daryl? I mean, I can hear him. I can hear him fine.
No, don't ask Adam.
I feel like he's invisible.
Some people just don't know Adam from Adam.
Yeah, well, if you don't mind, though, I'm going to still do my review. Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So I Love Dogs.
Why would you not think you could do your review?
Well, I wasn't sure if you had things to say into my ear.
No, not at all,
I
sir.
feel like I'm in Ghost and you're chattering, you know.
I'm terribly
and I'm going to
sorry.
be Oda Mae Brown all of a sudden.
That's so sad.
So I Love Dogs is star-studded. This movie has so many voice actors, I probably can't even name them all, but the top ones are, you know, Bryan Cranston, Edward Norton, we have Tilda Swinton, Jeff Goldblum, we have Harvey Keitel, we have F. Murray Abraham, and the list goes on and on. It's a very, kind of a simple story. It takes place in the near future in Japan, where they have basically expelled all the dogs from Japan because they see them as bringing disease.
Well, you know, in China, they just eat them.
They just eat them in China.
So
They do.
horrifying.
You know, they have a whole day of the dogs over there, which is kind of sick.
Oh, that's so sad.
It's terrible.
It really
but that's
is.
something that's going to be dying out with the older generation because a lot of the youth in China don't abide by that at all. They think it's terrible. So I Love Dogs, yes. So they've expelled all these
Wait,
dogs.
Chris, I'm
What?
not really invisible.
You're not.
I've fallen
and I can't get up. Oh, wait. Oh, there you are. Oh, my goodness.
It's all right, I'm back.
Thank God
No,
you're okay.
No, it's okay. I'm all right.
I am so happy to see you
Oh,
back,
yes,
buddy.
it's so good to be back.
Did you hurt your back?
I did indeed.
Oh.
All right, very well.
So...
I Love Dogs.
Yeah, exactly. You're right, Monster Dog. There are so many people. It's actually kind of fun to start to think about, okay, what voice is that? What voice is this? There's so many voices in this movie. It's amazing. But yeah, so basically the story is simple. After all these dogs are expelled, the dog of a young boy is taken as well. So it's about this boy who jumps, hijacks a little
boy and his
airplane,
dog. Yeah.
flies over to this little island where all the dogs have been sent to. It's in essence a giant garbage dump.
Oh, geez.
And he is searching for his dog. And there's a lot of clever little things, the way that Wes Anderson and his team of artists have brought this story to life.
Euthanasia don't need dogs much anymore. Most are dog owners.
Yes.
Thank you, Nerd.
So in the film, the dogs can they do this little thing where we can actually understand what the dogs are saying. They're speaking English.
Oh, well, thank God for that.
Yeah, but it's kind of fun the way they handle that. They do a little thing. Oh,
right.
now they will be speaking English. This and that. They have the boy has this little thing in his ear. It's like a little earpiece that him and the dog can actually
like
talk.
a little
It's a little earpiece. Yeah.
You got a thing in his ear.
It's a little
like
earpiece. I know. I'm really the sharpest knife right now.
Is there a subtitle, says the Yo Nut? Is there subtitles where they speak Japanese?
Oh my goodness, is there? You know, I don't think there is, but there is narration throughout the film, which is done by the actor Courtney B. Vance. He narrates the whole film.
Oh, very good.
But the film is very easy to follow. It's a lot of fun.
So you followed it fine?
I followed it fine. I really enjoyed this film. The O-Nerd, you'd love it. It's great. I really enjoyed it. It was really clever. Well, all of Wes Anderson's movies are very clever. He has
clever
a very
man.
distinct visual signature to all his films.
I agree.
There's no mistake whose world you're in.
Yes.
He does so many cool little things in general with the movement of his camera, with the set design, the way he introduces the characters.
This is all stop action.
This is all done stop action.
Every scene
everything, forever.
a year to
I
do.
think it took them, I heard, from
4
beginning
years.
to end 4 years.
4
yeah.
years to
4 or
make this
5
film.
years.
Correct.
But it's great. I mean, is it my favorite film of his? No, I would say if I had to pick one, it's either
Wait, Is this your favorite film of his?
It's either Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou or Moonrise Kingdom.
All right, very
but
good.
this is very good.
But you do prefer his live action films as opposed to the stop action,
I
Mr. Fox kind of thing.
Yes, no, I prefer live action films in general.
Hey, just bend over. Let me give you this mark where you really like it.
And if I find you smuggled that out of here for that purpose, I'm going to tell them.
Only if it's got the batteries in it.
I know. But anyway, I really recommend
4
Isle of Dogs.
years.
It's
Oh my God, Monster Dog, 4 years.
5 years, yeah.
He says 5, it's 4. Oh my God.
Isle of Dogs is really a lot of fun. It's a very, I don't want to say it's a very cute film, but it's a good film.
The old nerd is telling us it's a girl.
Look, yeah, I think my boyfriend and I.
Oh wait, maybe
No. The main character is a boy, but there is a female girl in the film.
No, look, the owner
featured.
says, "Yeah, I think my boyfriend and I will watch it this weekend." I just realized.
Oh, the owner is a girl?
No, he's not a girl. He may be.
Oh, okay, he's a guy. He's
gay
I understand.
He's a girl. We don't know,
of course.
We don't know what the hell he is.
That's fine.
But then again, we never have.
As long as you and your boyfriend like the film, I don't care.
As long as you and your boyfriend have a
Isle
good
of
time.
Dogs,
That's
I
all that
recommend it. I
matters.
give it a yes. It's really a fun film. You can watch it at home. You can watch it in the theater. You get the same result.
You really? Is it on at my home though?
No, but I'm saying when
will
it
be
is,
eventually.
you'll get the same effect.
All right, very well.
Real quick, we're going to do a film called Spinning Man. It's on Amazon. You can watch it now.
Oh man, we're almost out of time, dude.
Well, we can cover this.
What's going on?
This is speed round.
Well, we do have 10 minutes left.
Yeah. So Spinning Man is a film with Guy Pearce
years.
and Pierce Brosnan.
Okay.
Pierce Brosnan is a police detective in a small California
Spinning
town.
Man. Yes.
And Guy Pearce is a
You
professor.
talk
at
so quickly, though. Please tell the people the name of the film. It's called The
I
Spinning
said
Man.
Spinning Man.
The Spinning Man.
No,
This is our next
it's not
film.
The Spinning Man. It's Spinning Man.
Oh, very well.
It's based on a book called
no
The Spinning Man. There's no the.
Very well.
No, I'm going speed round. That's why I'm talking faster.
Oh, you're talking quick.
Yeah. So
All right.
Guy Pearce is married to Winnie Driver in this film. They have a couple kids. He's a professor, philosophy professor at a local
Minnie
university.
Driver.
That's what I said.
thought you
Minnie
said
Driver.
Winnie Driver.
No, Minnie Driver. You're just deliberately
No, I'm
misunderstanding.
not. I swear. I thought you said
Why
Winnie.
would I say Winnie Driver?
I don't know, but I think to myself.
You know
he
her
said
name is
Winnie
Minnie Driver.
I know, but I had to think for a minute. Wait a minute.
It's
Was
Minnie.
it Minnie Driver in
No,
this
it's
film?
Minnie.
Yeah, I thought
Not
you said
Winnie the
Winnie.
Pooh.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh Driver.
No, it's Minnie the Pooh.
I don't know.
So they're married. They have a
I
couple
think you're
kids.
driving
He
Pooh.
is a philosophy professor at a
He
local
is.
university.
But
And he is now being investigated by Pierce Brosnan
For
the potential murder of a young high school girl who
Correct.
disappeared near the lake.
this was the same girl, by the way, who's in Dear Dictator. With,
Okay.
Michael,
With Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
Okay, good for her.
Yeah.
So this is just, it's a mystery, it's an investigative kind of a film. We don't know till the ending. Did he do it? Did he not do it? What has he done?
Yeah.
They hint that he's kind of notorious for having affairs with his students.
Correct.
We learned some more things about that as the story
are focused on
continues.
this man as this is the guilty
Yeah.
man. There's a great Hitchcock film which you might want to watch. There you go, Pierce and Pierce. Hey, very
Yeah,
good.
I thought that was pretty cool. Pierce and
Magruder,
Pierce.
my God.
Although Pierce Brosnan's name is spelled differently than Guy Pearce's last name.
Are you sure
Guy
about
Pearce?
that?
No, Guy Pearce is P-E-A-R-C-E. Pierce Brosnan is
you sure?
P-I-E-R-C-E.
He might be right though.
No, he's wrong. It's Pierce.
That's
Pierce,
Wayland from Prometheus Aliens, exactly.
Correct. Yes, correct.
Very good.
Yeah, I mean,
Correct
Guy
him
Pearce,
up,
yeah, I'm sorry. If you don't know Guy Pearce, he's excellent.
wonderful.
He was in
Spectacular.
LA Confidential. That was his big breakout.
Love him.
But before that in Australia,
Yeah,
he
he's an
did
Australian, mate.
he did the Adventures of Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert.
There you go.
Which was a really good drag film,
Great
actually.
movie, yeah, I loved it.
He was in Lockout, a space prison movie recently.
love that film.
Luc Besson, great film.
But
he did an
Just
amazing
did that
film,
movie with
Brimstone.
Dakota. Oh my God.
Folks, I must compel you
It's a 2 hour
to
and a half
watch
film.
a
Oh
2.5
my God.
hour
Memento.
film
True.
called Brimstone.
Yeah.
It's available online.
It is a shocker.
It is probably the defining film of his
Australian.
career.
He's Australian,
It's incredible.
yeah, he's
Yes,
Australian.
Guy Pearce is Australian.
He's quite sad,
but he
yeah.
usually plays in
Always
America.
plays in America, and he does it well.
He's great.
Yes, Memento. We
And
heard you
he
the third
is
time,
the
porn
focus
star.
of this film.
Yes,
he
he
is this. Yes, Memento, of course. Christopher Nolan's big breakout.
Absolutely.
Yes. I love
done
him
in
in that
reverse.
film. Yeah, I love that
a
film.
very bizarre
That
film.
was my introduction to Christopher Nolan, and
I
my
know.
love was that.
It's quite amazing.
This film, though, Pearce and Pierce are the focus of this film. They are the movie.
And they're both excellent.
They're excellent.
Both
but
excellent.
Minnie Driver has a strong presence, too.
She does indeed.
This is a performance film. It's interesting. The revelations are okay. You know, I liked it. I didn't love this film,
True.
but I liked it,
I liked it a lot.
for them.
I like
They
the
were
mystery
great.
of it. I like the way
liked it
we
too.
go back and forth between, is Guy Pearce guilty?
Yes.
Is he not guilty?
I agree.
Is he guilty?
This
Is he not
direction,
guilty?
yeah.
They just manipulate. They give you little clues, even if you're not even paying attention. They give little subliminal, little side turns that take you into another viewpoint of the film you're watching. I love that.
Yeah.
I love when a film can manipulate me
agree.
and still keep me without being a trick or a gag or some kind of goofball thing, just a trick by the director. But no, this really was a solid mystery from beginning to end.
Yeah.
I really
It was
enjoyed
very
it.
enjoyable.
I enjoyed it
I
a lot.
agree with you.
I did.
I agree.
It was quite good. It was very
Very well
tasty.
acted.
Solid 3-star film all the way.
I would say it's a 3-star film.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, I enjoyed it.
I wouldn't go 3.5.
No.
It doesn't.
Yeah, that's why I didn't
but
say I
it's
loved
just
it,
a
but it's
nice
good.
little B picture. It's very nice, and the owner.
It's short. It's not super long. Hour and 47,
right,
I think.
Yeah. That's what she said to you. It's short. It's not super long.
You're funny.
Hey, but hey, but
Okay,
right.
so we both liked it. We both
liked
agreed.
it, dude.
So why don't we move on real
Let's
quick?
move on to
so
the
why
next
don't we do
one.
this real quick? Since you're probably going to spend a little more time on this than this, why don't you do this first and then go to that?
What's the final one?
Well, you were going to mention Titanic for the 106th
Not
anniversary.
necessary. I can do them both. I'll do all three of the. Okay, we're gonna.
We're not going to do this though. We're not doing that.
No, we're not doing
no,
that.
just this
dude.
and this.
No. This time is running out. We got 5 minutes left here.
Yeah.
To be, and also we got to answer stupid questions by these wonderful.
There's
folks
no
over
questions
here.
there right now.
No, thank God there's not.
Yeah.
Well, let's get right to it.
So we're gonna. So okay. So you're gonna.
I'm going to
quick
talk
do
about 50
Shades Freed.
Now, this is a trilogy of
The
films.
third in the Shade films.
50 Shades Darker. Then we had 50 Shades.
Freed.
No, the first one.
50 Shades of Grey.
50 Shades
And
of
then
Grey.
it was 50 Shades
50
Darker.
Shades Darker. 50 Shades Freed.
I will say this: I have not seen any of these films.
I've seen them all.
So go for you.
Rage, so mean to the chat. Monster Dog, please forgive me. I'm crying now thinking about how I may have hurt you. You bring me tears to my eyes.
I didn't mean to hurt you.
I
didn't mean to make you cry. Okay, continue.
Very good, sir.
You like that?
All right, this is a trilogy of films. The first one was entertaining to some extent.
Yes.
I do love Dakota Johnson, the
You do love
daughter
her.
of Melanie Griffith and Don Johnson. I
Correct.
think she's a great presence on screen.
She's good.
She's magnanimously, she's an it girl.
Yes.
You can't really take your eyes off her. She's got a great smile. She's very sexy in a very subliminal, not an overtly Sofia Vergara way.
I know
but
what you're
just a
saying.
very nice girl next door kind of way. There's a
Babysitter
very
that gets you in trouble.
babysitter gets you in trouble. That's right. And the man knows of what he speaks.
Yes.
And Kim, if you're out there, pay no attention to the man behind the curtain who's making up these things as I speak.
Exactly.
But it's truth. Now, the first one I liked. The second one was okay. It kind of continued this superficial, rich, I'm rich, and she's the girl
Yes.
oh yeah, I'm going to turn her
She's
into
trying
my
to tame him
sex
throughout the whole
slave.
movie. All
Well,
three
that's
of them,
true.
probably.
It's a reversal of the domination
Exactly.
factor where he's the dominator and then she becomes the dominator. But this film was horrible.
Of course it
50
was.
Shades Freed was garbage. It just, okay, they're married now. There's no friction anymore. There's no conflict. There's no reason to watch this film. It's not a Skinamax film, but I suppose it is. These guys are banging their damn brains out through the entire film. I will say that. There's constant sex in this movie. And not as beautifully filmed as it is in the first film, which
Yeah,
it's
there's
really
no way
well
they're going to
made.
keep that up with.
No, it's a
they're going to
high
degrade.
class. It's a high class soft porn film, is what it is. But this last one, it involves just the worst kind of somebody is his sister is kidnapped. It's so poorly done.
contrived nonsense.
I'm just
probably,
so happy
right?
to see this film end.
Yeah.
I did see it. In
I
the
have no
theater.
interest to see any of these
I
movies.
saw it
That's
in the
why I
theater.
didn't see them.
I'm so sorry I did.
Yeah.
I can't. But it didn't turn me off of the entire series. It wasn't bad at all.
Okay.
And now the time is near. So.
So you wanted to do this.
I wanted to do it
to commemorate the
Celine
lives
Dion.
lost.
I'm getting closer to my. No, what is that
This is
song?
his Titanic
Yeah,
tribute.
all right, well, here we go. Let's talk about the Titanic. I do watch the Titanic every year on April 14th. The very same year.
Yeah, I didn't know you watched it every day on that day. You do?
No, I do. And
I like
try
that tradition.
I like the tradition.
Because this is a fantastic film.
I also like watching it. You know, the Titanic hit the iceberg at exactly 11:20.
Oh, is that when you start watching it?
No. I start watching it usually a little bit before because, well...
Do you want to get the iceberg in the film?
I want to get the iceberg to hit pretty much
That is a meticulous
at
film.
11:20. So I started,
Film dedication.
So this year I started the film, I believe, about 9:45. because it hits the iceberg literally about 45 minutes to an hour into the film. So I pretty much
I thought it was later than that. Isn't
pretty
it?
much, no.
Really?
No.
I'll take your word for it.
It does. It hits at 11:20.
Okay.
Okay, and then the Titanic actually sank at 2:20 in the morning. So it was just about a 3-hour
Situation.
from
Yeah.
iceberg being hit to the water,
to
the
sinkage.
boat going into the thing. So right at 2:20, I was very lucky to have the boat actually going into the water. I was up
Wow,
until
look at you.
2:30 in the morning watching this, and I paused it at certain times just so I made sure that everything worked
Lined up.
right in
Yeah.
my favor. But I love watching this film. It always sticks with
Yeah.
me, even though I've seen it 100 times. I still cry at the
It's
end.
honestly, it's one of those
Such
movies.
a moving film. It really is.
It's
just
one of those films
really
that
is.
whenever it's on, I'm gonna watch it. I love this film. I don't like the haters. I mean, okay, if you want to
Yeah.
hate it, go ahead. But they hate it for the wrong reason. They hate it because of DiCaprio. They hate it because of the song. But watch the film for the film itself. It is a spectacular
Watching that
film.
boat
James
split in
Cameron
half.
outdid himself
I'm
on this
telling you,
movie.
he
it's a
really
brilliant film.
wrote the script.
It's amazing.
It's just a beautiful
I
piece
love
of work.
it. It's so watchable.
So many.
It deserved to win Best Picture. I'm glad
so
it
many
did.
beautiful moments in
Yeah.
this film. I mean, you just have a girl,
Spectacular.
The girl just floating in water with her like her lingerie on. Just one little scene out of the blue, right before you see all the White Star Line plates go crashing down as the boat is just, it's just going topsy-turvy. I love this film. I really do. I've seen it. It's been, it's hard to believe. It came out in 1997. This film is almost 18 years
Isn't that
old.
crazy?
I mean, 21 years old now. As I said to a friend of mine most recently, we're just watching ourselves die before our eyes. And it's funny when, you think back of how a film has, like an intermission. Is it true that the Titanic, during its theater showing, it required a film change?
No,
that is not true.
That is
Sam.
not true, oh, nerd.
No. You're
At least not where I went.
Yeah,
Like,
I believe he's dating himself.
maybe
there.
somewhere in Europe or something. Not here.
But when
not
you're
here.
the nerd, you have to date yourself because no one else will date you. Do you understand? There you go. Well, very well.
Here's a piece of trivia for you that I'm trying to remember if I have it right. But years ago, going back, I want to say mid-2000s, I had a group of friends, listen, this is fun, that they gave me a movie trivia test. And they all threw in all these questions, like 20 questions or whatever it was. Maybe 50 questions.
Yeah.
One of them was, which hand does Kate Winslet put on the window of the old car when it's fogged up when her and DiCaprio have sex in the film?
It's almost impossible to tell, but I'm going to say it is her right hand.
You are correct. That's the answer. Yeah, because I had to think back, and I said it's the right hand. Yeah,
because you see that palm.
Yeah, it was like this.
Yeah,
yeah. But it's fun.
otherwise,
It's a good trivia question.
It wouldn't make sense for her to go like that.
But that's a very good trivia question, and I was
it's
impressed with them for giving me that question.
There you go.
And I was very happy that I got that one right.
That was a great. That whole film.
It's a great film.
Yeah, I love it.
And they're both spectacular in that movie. It's a great movie.
They're both novices. They both have really come into the age.
I agree.
Of,
and they're still very good friends, which I like to hear.
They are. Well, she really wanted to have a little relationship with Leo.
I don't know. Did she?
No, she did.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't with her.
I don't know why he didn't.
Because she's wonderful.
I mean, she is wonderful. I like the nerd here. He's put little hieroglyphics up there. Because it was such a long movie, it required.
Oh yeah, that's when the VHS
tape.
had 2 tapes. Remember when it came on video?
Yeah, no,
long
that's true.
movies like
no,
I remember
that is true.
when Heat, Casino, that Gandhi, like all those movies have 2 tapes
That
when
is
it was
correct.
on VHS.
Yeah, that is true.
But anyway, folks, that's our show.
Was it exciting?
We had a good show.
Was it worth it all? Probably
We covered
not.
9 films. That's
if you're
not
depressed
bad.
and
we've covered more before,
you
but that's
feel the
good.
need to end your life because you've watched this show. Please
We'll be
don't.
back next week.
We shall be back
with more hilarity and insanity
with more
and
hilarity.
Film discussion.
Braveheart.
Braveheart. 2 tapes.
Well.
I love
know.
Braveheart.
That's
Every
true.
time it's on, I love it.
Lawrence of Arabia.
2
also
tapes.
2 tapes.
Is there a movie with 3 tapes? Probably not.
I
Maybe
don't
some
believe
European
so.
film.
No, I don't think
Maybe
so.
something from Europe.
No, because very few movies are more than, they usually get 2 hours per tape.
Yeah.
So, most of
true.
them, of course, would
Yeah,
be.
in the highest
under 4
quality.
hours.
If you had the lowest quality, you could fit 6 movies. I used to tape 3 movies on a VHS.
There was a movie called Shoah, which was about the Holocaust.
Yes,
which
the
is
Shoah
people being
Foundation is a real thing.
Precisely, and there were people being interviewed, and that was like a 7-hour film.
Yeah, that's
So
I've
that
heard about
might have
that.
been, that might have been a 3-tape
Yeah, a whole
set.
box set.
Possibly, or maybe a 4-top box set.
But anyway, we've enjoyed talking with you all this week.
No, we haven't.
I have. Speak for
Have you?
yourself. I did.
Did you enjoy talking with me?
I did.
And I
always do.
enjoy talking
I always
with you.
do.
It's good to see you,
It's
my
good to
friend.
see you, my friend.
All right.
Same channel next week.
And remember,
Same
it doesn't matter
time.
about the quality. It doesn't matter how good we are.
Yeah, it does.
It just matters that we look professional. Am I right? Am I right, Chris?
I don't know. I think it's a
It
mixture
just
of
matters that
both.
we look professional. And
you
damn
say
it, we
so.
do.
We do. We
Look
try.
at this backdrop.
It's nice.
Look at
I feel
these
like I'm in the
cameras.
city.
Look at this microphone. Shall we
Yeah.
sing them out?
I don't know.
What would you? We could sing something.
Do you want to?
Yeah.
I got a song. for you.
Okay.
In the future, check out our YouTube page. Email us at filmbanter@gmail.com. Interact with us. Give us critiques.
All right,
give us
that's enough, that's
advice.
enough, that's
Hey, I want it back.
Okay.
Hey, you
good.
made
And
me
with that,
do it.
we bid
We'll
you
see you guys next
adieu
week.
to
We love
you
you.
and you. And
Have a
you.
good night.
Good night, everyone.
Goodbye.
Road. Yeah, where we going now? Yeah, let's just,